This is the scariest food horror movie of 2022. Just one trailer has scared countless viewers, especially the weird smile in the film, which has become the midnight nightmare of many. Remind me that this film is too scary. Invite your boyfriend to watch it with you in advance. Xiao Mei, a psychologist, meets an extremely weird patient while receiving various mental patients in her daily job. Xiao Mei eagerly greeted the girl, who appeared very anxious and alert, as if she was afraid of something. Xiao Mei comforted the girl, who then opened up. We found out that her name is Laura and she is a graduate student. Laura frequently witnessed strange occurrences after her professor's suicide a few days ago. Whenever you see those smiles, something terrible will happen. Xiao Mei thought that this must be Laura was too nervous and had hallucinations. Laura was very angry and said she had no mental problems. Xiao Mei turned around and looked back, but found nothing. At this time, Laura's expression was distorted and her body began to become distorted. Xiao Mei called for help, but after she finished the call, the room suddenly became quiet and Laura disappeared. Laura appeared in the room with a strange smile when Xiao Mei was confused. Xiao Mei was puzzled and attempted to picture Laura, but Laura stayed still with a piece of debris in her hand. Xiao Mei was horrified as she accidentally stabbed her cheek with debris and scratched her chin and neck. She collapsed to the ground in fear, while Laura maintained a strange smile throughout. Xiao Mei is still frightened by today's events and poured a glass of red wine to calm down. But at this moment, she found a figure in the dark. It turned out to be her boyfriend Lao He, who came back. When she looked again, the figure was gone. Xiao Mei thought she was hallucinating, but Laura's matter always made her uneasy. The phone rang, and Xiao Mei's sister wanted to invite her to her son's birthday party tomorrow. Meanwhile, Xiao Mei noticed a person downstairs who was dying. Staring at myself, but before I could recover, something weird happened again. I passed by the ward. When she was about to go to the hospital, she found a patient named Carl sitting on the bed motionless with a strange smile on his face. Xiao Mei snapped her fingers to wake him up, but Carl suddenly screamed. Xiao Mei hurriedly called for help. When the doctor walked into the ward, Carl was lying quietly on the bed. Xiao Mei experienced hallucinations again. The boss believed she was too scared, so he told her to take a week off to improve her condition. On the way back, Xiao Mei came to a toy store to pick out toys for her nephew. After choosing a birthday gift, Xiao Mei, who was alone at home that night, was a little scared, so she poured another glass of red wine to calm her nerve. The home alarm suddenly rang. Xiao Mei bravely went to check, but found nothing unusual. Xiao Mei quickly turned off the alarm, but at this time, she found that there seemed to be movement behind the curtain. Xiao Mei quickly picked up the phone. It turned out that the security system company found the alarm and called the customer service to ask if she was home alone. Xiao Mei trembled and looked back. The phone rang again and disappeared from her hand. After answering, I realized it was a genuine security company this time. Shortly after, the police arrived and found nothing unusual upon checking. However, the matter was not resolved. After the police left, Xiao Mei found that she could not find the cat at home. At night, Xiao Mei dreamed of her dead mother. Unbearable memories woke her from the dream. She was no longer sleepy. She came to the living room and turned on the rain. Laura talked at this time. She heard some strange noises, so she turned up the volume and listened carefully. Xiao Mei, she was completely frightened. In a panic, she picked up a kitchen knife to protect herself. Tokyo soon attracted Lao He. Seeing Xiao Mei's posture, Lao He was also frightened. The next day, Xiao Mei came to attend her nephew's birthday party. However, the terrifying thing happened again. I would like to remind you that this is the only movie that scares me. I strongly recommend that you watch this movie with your friends. The boy was excited to open his birthday present, but when he opened the box, he was shocked. His mother asked him what it was, but the boy pulled out a scary dead cat. Everyone was shocked. Xiao Mei couldn't believe it. She clearly remembered that she had put a train toy in it a few days ago. Xiao Mei wanted to explain everything, but no one believed her. They all thought she was a lunatic. Everyone stayed away from her. Just when Xiao Mei was at a loss, Laura, who had died, suddenly appeared in front of her and looked at her with a weird smile. But except Xiao Mei, no one else could see her. Just when Xiao Mei looked at Laura again, Laura suddenly appeared in front of her. Xiao Mei was sent to the hospital for treatment. On the way back, she tried hard to explain everything that happened during the day to her boyfriend, but he didn't believe it at all and thought that she had inherited the disease. Xiao Mei was upset to learn that her parents were mentally ill. she decided to take the initiative to uncover the truth. The next day, she went to the late professor's house after looking him up on the internet. The professor's wife informed her that her husband's mental health began to decline after witnessing a strange woman's suicide. He always screamed inexplicably, as if he saw something scary. Then the woman took Xiaomei into a room full of various weird paintings. The woman informed Xiaomei that the paintings depicted her husband. As Xiaomei reflected on her final moments, she grew increasingly fearful, realizing that her encounter mirrored the professor's. She feared she might one day take her own life like the professor. To uncover the truth, Xiaomei sought out her ex-boyfriend Xiaoxue, a policeman. His position quickly led to the discovery of a suicide witnessed by the professor. The woman died tragically with a strange smile on her face. Xiaomei asked Xiaoxue to double-check the woman's name. They discovered another case. The surveillance video of the murder shows a man approaching the woman while she refueled her car. Then the man walked to the truck next to him and took a pair of scissors from it. He stopped in front of the woman and then raised the scissors to end his life. After that, I felt a chill on my back. Upon checking again, I found that the man also had a weird smile on his face when he took the scissors. This is a smile curse that spreads when seen. After organizing everything, Xiaomei printed this series of things and planned to prove everything to her boyfriend. But when she returned home, she found that her boyfriend had called a psychologist. Xiaomei was angry about her boyfriend's distrust and quarreled with him on the spot. Xiaomei then visited her sister's home, apologized to his boss, and shared everything he discovered with his sister, who clearly didn't believe him. He thought Xiaomei was similar to his mentally ill mother. They quarreled and left unhappily. Xiaomei returned to the car angrily. At this time, her sister suddenly came over. Xiaomei was completely scared. Just when she was desperate, Xiaoxue called at night and said that he had followed the man's clues and found that there were 20 similar cases, 19 of which were one after another committed suicide. Only one black man survived and was imprisoned. To uncover the truth, they went to the prison overnight. Xiao Shuai used his connections to quickly let Xiaomei see the black man after entering. The black man claimed to be possessed by an evil spirit, which would lead to his death. But one day, because he accidentally killed someone, Xiaomei was killed. After killing one person, Xiaomei recovered. Xiaomei was very disappointed because she had no way to kill anyone. After that, Xiaomei didn't tell Xiaoxue how to break the curse. Upon returning home, she started studying others who had similar experiences, seeking alternative solutions. At this time, the psychologist came to visit again. While the two were talking, Xiaomei received a call from someone who claimed to be a psychologist. Xiaomei panicked immediately. Then who was the person in front of her? Xiaomei looked at the woman in front of her with horror. A strange smile slowly appeared on her lips. Xiaomei retreated in fear, but the woman kept approaching her like the god of death. The scene changed to the hospital. Xiaomei secretly hid a knife in her sleeve and then entered the hospital. She came to Carl's ward, but when Carl saw Xiaomei, he was as scared as if he saw a ghost and hid in the corner, shouting for help. Tokyo quickly attracted the leader. When Xiaomei was uncertain, she suddenly pulled out a knife and stabbed Carl. Carl felt no pain, but appeared to enjoy it. It was just a dream. But the horrors that happened. 1. After another almost made Xiaomei collapse. At this time, the leader suddenly came over, but Xiaomei was no longer in the mood to chat. She started the car and prepared to leave. Suddenly, everything returned to normal. Xiaomei didn't dare to stay and left in a hurry. She drove quickly towards the mountain, as if she had done something wrong. On the way, Xiao Shuai called Xiaomei and said that he was heading to a place where there was no one. Since the curse needed a witness to spread, then he would just go to a place where there was no one. Xiaomei ended the call and headed for the mountains, resolved to put an end to everything. Finally, she arrived at her old, dilapidated home. Xiaomei unlocked the long-sealed door with the key. The dusty house was devoid of life. As she opened her mother's door, Xiaomei reminisced about her childhood. Her mother took medicine and wanted to commit suicide. She regretted it halfway and asked Xiaomei for help. However, Xiaomei, out of fear, left, and this incident haunted her. At night, Xiaomei quietly awaited death. Suddenly, there was a sound in the room. She opened the door and saw her dead mother. Her mother asked Xiaomei why she didn't save her. Xiaomei knew it was an illusion, closed the door, and prepared to leave, but her mother stopped her. Her mother transformed into a terrifying monster, causing Xiaomei to flee the room in fear. Upon looking back, the monster had vanished. But at this moment, the monster suddenly appeared behind and threw Xiaomei to the ground. At the critical moment, Xiaomei picked up the oil lamp on the ground and smashed it on the monster's head. The fire instantly ignited the monster's whole body. Xiaomei also took the opportunity to leave the room. When she came out, the whole wooden house was on fire. Everything seemed to be over. After coming back, Xiaomei found Xiao Shuai. She thanked Xiao Shuai for his recent help and hoped to restore their relationship. Xiao Shuai acted strangely. The lights went out. Xiao Shuai slowly smiled strangely. Then she rushed to Xiaomei. Xiaomei was scared and ran away quickly, but when she walked out of the door, she was back to her hometown in an instant. She looked back and saw that the house was still intact. It was a real voice. Xiao Shuai rushed to prevent the curse from infecting her. Xiao Mei hurriedly fled. Upon return, Xiao Shuai was locked out. At this moment, the monster reappeared. She opened her mouth wide with her hands. Xiao Mei was terrified by this horrifying scene and fell to the ground. The monster opened Xiao Mei's mouth and entered. At this moment, Xiao Shuai kicked the door open at last. Xiao Mei poured kerosene on herself. Xiao Shuai called her softly a few times. Xiao Mei slowly turned around and gave that strange smile. Xiao Mei struck a match and ignited her hand under Xiao Shuai's gaze. The film ends here. I am in the small class. See you next time.